Welcome. Today we're diving into the pretty mind-bending world of nanoengineering. We're going to unpack how you actually patent an idea that works on the scale of individual atoms. Yeah, this is where science fiction really starts to meet intellectual property law.
This single question right here, it's the engine that drives this entire field. We're not just talking about making things smaller, we're talking about fundamentally changing the properties of matter itself.
I mean, just look at that. This phrase perfectly captures the tangible promise of nanoengineering. By arranging atoms with incredible precision, we can literally create materials that defy conventional physics. We're talking about substances with properties once thought impossible, and that opens up a whole universe of new applications.
Okay, so first things first, to really get a handle on the patenting challenges, we need to explore the magic of the nanoscale and figure out what nanoengineering actually is.
So, at its core, nanoengineering is basically the art and science of building things from the bottom up. Instead of, say, carving something out of a block of wood, imagine assembling that block molecule by molecule. This is where the science becomes practical.
And it's really crucial to understand this distinction, right? If nanotechnology is the theoretical physics exploring what might be possible, nanoengineering is the applied science that actually builds it. You could say one dreams and the other does.
And the applications are just transformative. We're talking about things like microscopic robots that can deliver medicine directly to cancer cells, solar panels that are way more efficient, and materials that completely redefine what we think of as strong. The impact here cuts across almost every major industry you can think of.
So, when you have ideas that are this revolutionary, with such huge commercial potential, you immediately run into a critical problem. It's a problem every single innovator has to solve. How in the world do you protect your work? In a field that's moving this fast, a groundbreaking idea is incredibly vulnerable. Without some kind of legal shield, all those years of research and development could be copied by competitors in, like, a fraction of the time.
A patent is an absolutely critical business asset. It doesn't just legally stop competitors from using your invention, it also sends a massive signal to investors that you have something unique and defensible, which makes it so much easier to get the funding you need to bring your innovation to the market.
So how do you actually build that shield? Well, it's not as simple as just filling out a form. Believe me, the most important work happens long before you ever submit an application to the patent office.
See, the invention alone isn't enough. Not even close. Real success is built on strategy. You have to prove there's a market for it, make sure no one has already patented something similar, develop a working prototype, and meticulously, and I mean meticulously, document every single step. This groundwork, it's completely non-negotiable.
And remember this, a theoretical idea is one thing, but a working prototype, that's tangible proof. It demonstrates that your idea is feasible and provides the concrete evidence that strengthens your patent application immensely. It just makes it so much harder for anyone to challenge.
All right, so you've laid all the strategic groundwork. Now it's time to actually craft the application itself. And let me tell you, here, the details are absolutely everything.
If you take only one thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. The entire value of your patent, all of its power to protect you, it all rests on a specific section known as the claims.
Think of the claims like the legal fence you're building around your intellectual property. If they're too broad, say, a filter made of carbon nanotubes, the patent office will just reject it. But if they're too narrow, like a filter using nanotubes of exactly 10.7 nanometers, a competitor can just use 10.8 nanometers and get right around it. The real art is finding that perfect balance.
And of course, the path is filled with hurdles. I mean, how do you describe something at a molecular level in clear legal language? And because nanoengineering is so interdisciplinary, your invention could accidentally overlap with existing patents in chemistry or biology or computing, creating a total minefield of potential conflicts.
So let's say you do it. You navigate all of that successfully and your patent is granted. A lot of people think that's the finish line, right? But really, it's just the starting gun for a whole new phase.
Yeah, a patent isn't a set-it-and-forget-it kind of thing. It typically lasts for 20 years, but during that whole time, you have to actively monitor the market for anyone who might be infringing on your rights, and you have to pay regular maintenance fees to the government to keep your protection active.
The patent itself becomes this powerful and flexible asset. You could build a whole company around it, you could license the technology to other companies for a royalty, you could form partnerships, or you could even sell the patent outright to the highest bidder. It really opens up multiple pathways to profit from your idea.
20 years, that's the typical term.
It's a finite window of opportunity, where you have the exclusive right to control your technology. You really have to actively manage it to maximize its value.
And looking ahead, this whole thing is only going to get more complex. As nanoengineering keeps merging with fields like artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and material science, the lines are going to blur, and the legal landscape for protecting these hybrid innovations, well, it's going to get even more intricate.
And that leaves us with a fascinating and, frankly, a kind of unsettling question for the future. We're right on the cusp of an era where AI can generate novel molecular structures and materials all by itself. So when that happens, who's the inventor? Is it the programmer? Is it the AI itself, the company that owns the AI? The answer to that question is going to redefine innovation as we know it.